Hey, I just beat Ori and the Will of the Wisps. No. Blind Forest. I had one job and I messed it up. Ugh. I just beat Ori and the Blind Forest on Monday. And I wanted to share some thoughts. Um, Obviously the game is beautiful, right? Developed by Moon, published by Microsoft, won the Game Award for I don't remember. I don't remember now. My memory is failing me. Sorry. Um, but it won an award for how it looks. It's great. Um, which is obvious. It's so good, and it does the whole um, love can change an unkind being into being a kind being thing, which is also great. So good. Such a great message. Um, my experience with the game was very weird. I think it was. It's a Metroidvania, which I'm fairly familiar with. No, actually, I'm not. I'm familiar with the Metroid games. I've played. I haven't played Zero Mission, and I haven't played two, but I've played the other 2D Metroids. I've played the first Metroid Prime, played through the first half, a little bit less than the first half of Metroid Prime 2. It's on the list though, gonna get there. Gonna play Metroid Prime 3. Um, so I guess I'm not that familiar. I have Symphony of the Night, so I'm gonna play that at some point. But conceptually, I think I get it. I know Shantae and Hollow Knight are also Metroidvanias. So the whole you advance through a world by getting upgrades, and your upgrades count also as weapons to add to the combat system. I think I understand, and backtracking is super important. But I played this game and basically followed um, Sane, Sein, the light guy who follows you around. Because he'll tell you what to do as you play the game. And so it's very easy to find the linear story. Um, Super Metroid didn't have a linear story. Metroid didn't have a linear story. Samus Returns was linear, but didn't have a linear story. Um, and then Metroid Fusion, you were told what to do. Um, Now, part of what makes Metroidvanias work is that as you're going through the world, at least in the Metroid version, as you're going through the worlds, ideally you are noticing places that you can't get through yet. Places that require an upgrade you'll eventually get. Um, a new weapon that you'll eventually get. And so you go and you backtrack. Um, Now, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Blind Forest. I haven't played Will of the Wisps. Will of the Wisps is such an easier name to say. Ori and the Blind Forest, I think, kind of works against that by making it so narratively linear. At least it did for me. Um, for whatever reason, it didn't even dawn on me to backtrack um to go and find upgrades. So I was in the last area, and I had like maybe 4 health upgrades and like 5 energy upgrades. And that's when it dawned on me, oh my gosh, I'm not playing this game correctly. And it had been hard. Like I was like going through the game thinking like, man, is this game supposed to be this hard? Because I hadn't heard about it being a very difficult game. Um and then it dawned on me, oh my gosh, Dylan, this is a Metroidvania. Play it like a Metroidvania. And so I went back and backtracked through the whole map and found all the things that I could find. I ended up not getting everything. I had like 12 of the health upgrades. There are like 15, and then it was also right around 12 of the energy upgrades. So even then I didn't have everything. But I had a lot more, and it made the end of the game like so much easier. Like it was just like it turned it into a breeze. Like it was very hard specific platforming beforehand where I could only take 2 hits. Then I was like, oh, things are now more forgiving. And so I'm wondering what makes Ori and the Blind Forest different from like Metroid Fusion, for example, a very linear Metroid game. But I still went through and would still backtrack and find things and explore on my own. When in Blind Forest, that wasn't something that I wasn't as inclined to do. So I'm just curious. That was my experience. Naturally, it's beautiful. The music is great. There was one thing though. When you're escaping the tree, and you have to run and go crazy fast, and like they don't even tell you what to do except for the achievement that says "Run for your life." It's just out of nowhere flooding, and you have to go. Part of what confused me there was the music. Again, I've played the Metroids, so when you're supposed to escape a place, you hear the very frantic dun 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 dun, dun and it's crazy. And I know that and I'm familiar, and so it's like, oh, okay. The music when you're escaping the tree is this calm, serene. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I remember it being calm. And then once you escape and the owl shows up, like then it gets frantic. I was like, where was this frantic music while I was trying to escape? I don't know. It was crazy. Definitely think you guys should play it if you haven't. You probably have if you're watching this video. But it was fun. I just had a weird personal experience with it. Have a good day.